Today's class is aimed at relieving upper and lower back pain. These asanas are designed to help increase the mobility of the spine and to strengthen the supporting muscles. Please remember to listen to your body and only do the poses that don't cause you discomfort. So grab your mat and get ready to begin. Hello and welcome to Asana with Jess. Today we will start with our legs crossed in the middle of our mats, our easy pose, gazing downwards with our hands on our knees. Taking some deep inhalations and exhaling. Setting a calm tone for our class today. Intertwine your fingers and push your arms out in front of you. Now lift them above your head, taking a deep shoulder and arm stretch, and lean towards the right, stretching down the side body. Inhale, and on the exhale, come back to center and tip the other way, to the left this time, stretching down the right side body, looking underneath that armpit. And return to center. Releasing your hands. Make your way onto all fours in a tabletop position. Ensure your knees are hip width apart and your hands are shoulder width apart. Draw the belly down with your head forward, inhaling, and on the exhale, arch the back and tuck your head in. Repeating this movement, flowing through our cat and cow motions, our Chakravakasana. Take one more cat and cow motion, and then come back to center, neutralizing the spine. Keeping your hips parallel to your knees, shift your hands forward and come onto your elbows, bringing your hands into a prayer pose, forehead to the mat. This is our extended puppy dog pose, with a prayer modification to target the upper back. When you are ready, lift your forehead off the mat. Stretch one arm out in front of you and bring the other arm across your chest, looking towards that arm. Now alternate arms, with the arm that was across your chest now out in front of you. This provides a deep shoulder stretch. Now return that arm to center. Come back up onto all fours and lift the knees off the ground. Just hover here for a moment, strengthening the thighs and warming the legs up. And when you're ready, push your hips to the sky and come into our downward dog. Bending one knee at a time, pedal the feet out, deepening the stretch in the calf muscles. Gently roll through to plank. Bend at the elbows, tuck the core in, and take your chaturanga. Come into upward facing dog and take a moment here, inhaling and exhaling, feeling the deep stretch through the back. Push off the feet, bringing your hips into the sky as if to go into downward dog, but then swoop the hips to the floor, coming back into our upward facing dog. Once again, push off the feet, bringing the hips to the sky, and swoop the hips back down to the mat into our upward facing dog. This time pushing off your feet, bringing the hips into the sky for a downward dog, untucking those toes. Lift your heels off the mat and press them back to the earth. Lift them off the mat again and press them into the earth. And continue doing this movement. Press your heels towards the ground and start to walk slowly towards your hands, coming into a forward bend at the top of your mat. Holding on to opposite elbows, start to take some gentle rocks from side to side, releasing the tension in the spine. Release the hands and intertwine them behind your legs, pulling against your legs to release the upper back. Release the hands, bend at the knees, bring the hands into the sky and down to heart center. Pause here to reset. Inhale, and on the exhale, bend at the knees, bring the hands into the sky and take a mini back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank and take your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing the hips to the sky, downward dog. Take your right arm to your left ankle, or your knee if you can't quite reach your ankle. Now swap, taking your left hand to your right ankle. And return to center. Roll through to plank, bend at the elbows, taking your chaturanga all the way to the mat. Plant the elbows, coming up into a baby cobra. Feeling the deep stretch in the lower back. Release your chest back to the mat. This time, plant the hands and push yourself up into another baby cobra and release. Repeating this movement, baby cobra and release. With each baby cobra, extend your arms that little bit more, eventually coming into a full cobra. Warming the back up and extending the spine. Taking one more and holding this pose. Pushing off the hands, bring the hips into the sky, taking your legs as wide as the mat, toes together, take a child's pose. Roll your spine through onto all fours and push the hips to the ground, coming into an upward facing dog. Now lead with the hips, pushing yourself back into child's pose. Repeating this motion, dipping the hips, upward facing dog, leading with the hips, pushing back, child's pose. Imagining this as a wave-like motion, increasing the flexibility and mobility of the spine. Curving and arching the spine in a similar way that you would do in cat-cow. Taking one more and shifting from your child's pose into tabletop. Tuck the toes under, push the hips to the sky, downward dog. Bend the knees and jump to your hands, coming into a forward fold. Bend at the knees, bringing the hands to the sky and down to heart center. Take a step towards the back of your mat, making sure there is enough room in front of you. Bring the arms out wide and swoop them in front of you, curving the spine, bringing them out wide, swooping, and out wide and swooping. Making sure you squeeze your shoulder blades together before releasing. You may feel a few cracks in your spine. This is just gas and pressure releasing from the joints, bringing more fluid and blood flow around them. Be gentle, as it is important that you don't feel any sharp pain during this exercise. Taking one more here. Now stretch the arms into the sky, take a mini back bend, bending at the hips, forward fold. Walk the arms forward and step the feet back, coming into plank. Take your chaturanga into upward facing dog. And press the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Roll through to plank and drop the hips and the legs. And push the hips back into a kneeling position. Untuck the legs and bring them out in front of you. Tense the core, bringing yourself upright, imagining you are a right angle. Intertwine your fingers above your head and reach towards your feet, coming into a seated forward bend. Breathing deeply, and with every exhale, inching a little bit closer towards your legs. And releasing your hands. Bend your right knee, bringing it over your left leg, and bend your left leg. Bring your left arm to your right knee and twist to the side, looking over your right shoulder. This is a pretzel twist. You are welcome to stay here, but if you'd like to advance this pose, tuck your left arm underneath your right knee and bring your right arm behind your back, connecting hands behind you. If you are in the advanced version of this pose, release your hands and come back into the normal version. When you are ready, release from this pose, bringing your legs out in front of you. Come into a right angle, engaging the core, bringing the hands above the head and taking a forward fold. Relaxing the muscles and feeling a complete release in the back. Releasing your hands, we'll take a pretzel twist on the other side, bending the left knee this time and taking it over the right, and bending the right knee, taking the right elbow to the left knee and bringing the left arm beside you, looking over that shoulder. Once again, if you'd like to advance this pose, take your right hand through your left knee and bring your left arm behind you, intertwining hands at the back. If you are in the advanced version of this pose, release back into the normal version. And when you're ready, release your legs out in front of you. And engaging the core, slowly lower your back to the ground. Tuck your knees into the chest and take some rocks from side to side, massaging the spine. This should not feel uncomfortable. You might need a towel underneath yourself to add some extra padding. Returning to center, kick your feet up into the air and grasp them from the sides, using your hands to pull them down towards you, bending at the knees. This is our Ananda Balasana, our happy baby pose. Close your eyes and enter a state of deep relaxation. Focusing on your pranayama, your breathing, taking deep inhales and exhales through the nose, feeling the rises and the drops of the belly. You can stay here for as long as you like, but if you're ready, slowly release the feet. Take some more rocks from side to side. And slowly come up into a seated position. Turning on our mats, crossing the legs for our easy pose, our Sukhasana. Taking some gentle shoulder rolls to finish our practice off today. Resting your hands on your knees, take some deep breaths, thanking yourself for your practice today. Hopefully your muscles are relaxed and your back pain has subsided. Bring your hands to heart center, I hope you have a lovely day full of love and gratitude. Sending you love and light. Namaste.